Hey guys, this is Connor with Diet Doc Waterloo. I thought I'd give you the more advanced version of the 10 square feet workout that I take on the road with me sometimes, or that it works better if you have a short amount of time to work with or no equipment to work with, but still want to get a workout in. So check out the other video where I discuss some possible progressions that you can use, the basic workout. This is more of what I would use for myself. I'm sure there are lots of people that are well beyond my level of strength and my level of movement experience that could do a lot more than this, but this is what I personally use, and this is all that I can really demonstrate at this point. So it may be something to aspire to, or it may be something that you can still use even if you're beyond this point. So for myself, instead of a two-legged squat variation, it becomes very easy for me. I'll do a single leg squat. So foot out in front, held up off the ground the whole time. This is commonly called a pistol squat. I would do probably 5 of those per leg, maybe 6 or 7 or 8 of those per leg, back and forth, and then I'd move on to a single arm push-up. So sometimes I do, if my shoulders and chest have been worked a bit too much, I'll do an archer push-up, which I demonstrate in other videos, but for a single arm push-up, I'm going to get into a relatively narrow hand stance, wider foot stance, get my hand on my hip, try to keep my shoulders and my chest facing the ground the whole time, down and up, still try to keep the shoulder moving with good mechanics. Again, probably 5 to 8 reps on that, depending on how fatigued I am already. Beyond that, I want to do something to activate my back and my posterior chain. It's a little harder to do with body weight exercise, but I'll get into the reverse plank position. So again, fingers pointing towards the feet, heels on the ground. What I'm going to do is just kind of reverse shrug, get my butt off the ground, and I'm only going to do this with one leg to make it a little harder. My other leg I'm going to lift off the ground a little bit, and then from there I'm going to do a hip thrust, which requires everything along the back of my body to fire together. Sometimes if I'm not really interested in doing that move, then I will do a back bridge instead, up and down, which also requires everything along the back of my body to work. And typically I finish these routines off with a Maltese just to get the biceps working a little bit, and I find it really works for the upper back as well. So for a Maltese, fingers are pointing out to the sides a little bit and towards my feet in that direction. A little bit wider hand stance than my shoulders. I'm going to start with my shoulders over my hands, and then as I'm able to, move my body forward. Still try to maintain that plank through the core. Hold this position for 10 seconds, or move out and back in. That one's really going to fry your biceps. You'll probably feel it in your lats quite a bit as well. And of course, all these things hit the core quite a bit, so I usually don't do any ab isolation or anything like that with it, but do these each to a little bit of exhaustion, move on to the next one, repeat for 5 or 6 cycles, and go on with my day.